Removing and encrypting PII data is very important, especially from our home computers. And today I'm going to show you a couple tools that are either free or very inexpensive that can help you take care of this PII task. So it's really a process, and I have several screens here open that I wanted to kind of show you the process. So let's start here with CU Spider. So CU Spider is a great application. It's free. You can download it. Just look for it and download it to your system and install it. And what it does is it will go through every connected drive within your system and look for PII information. So here, this is kind of bogus information here. This happens to be in a SQL directory, and it has a number that represents what a Social Security number looks like. So here, if we click on go to that folder, you can actually see the actual files there. Notice the file we're looking for is commands, and these are just SQL commands. It's a really an example that they're using inside of this Dreamweaver application. So this is fine. We can keep this event on there. But this event here is real, right? And we have actual Social Security numbers. So we're going to want to make sure that that information no longer resides on this system that is not as secured. Now, obviously, these files are from a SharePoint environment, but they're synchronized to the local drive. So they do present some element of risk to our environment. So we want to make sure that we clean those up. And the easiest way to do that is to first identify them with CU Spider. Now notice here, you can see the beginning of everyone's passwords. Of course, I've blocked them out so that you can't see them all. But it's important that we understand that this is one of the major offenses to PII that we want to watch ourselves. So here we're just going to do a right click again, and we're going to say go to this folder. Now we see here that this is a file from February of 2018, but we also see here that this is an Office 365 environment that's synchronizing, and we see that that is checked, and we don't want that checked anymore. So the first thing we want to do is remediate. So we're going to just do a right click and say do not keep it on my device. And what this is going to do is allow the system, so always we don't want that, and then we want to click here on free up space. Now when we say free up space, now that file is gone off of the system, so we can do it that way. Then we want to take this file and we actually want to move it over to our secure area. Now using a program called Digify, we're going to go ahead and secure this information by just simply dropping this right onto this area. And it's going to go ahead and upload that secure document and encrypt that document. So if you notice here at the bottom, there is that file that is encrypted now within our system. If we want to open that, we can open it through Digify. So here we've gone ahead and eliminated this file from our local system, and we've dropped it into this encryption application called Digify. So everything inside of Digify will be encrypted and protected. Now the data is sitting here. Again, we're going to say to free up the space here. Again, this data sits on an Office 365 environment. So as long as you have the cloud and not the check mark, you should be in good shape. If this has been identified as a PII infraction, Office 365 does a wonderful job encrypting data as well. So this is just an additional way to encrypt data so that we can see it in different formats and share it with others within the organization. Now let's take one last example here. You receive an email, and it is a personal email, and it has sensitive information in it as well. So that's pretty easy. We just download this document, which we've done here, and we just go ahead and drag that document over into our personal section. While we get it over there into that section, it's going to go ahead and upload and encrypt that file as we put it in there. When we're done with that, and here we go, it's encrypting the document now, Cooper W4, and now we're done with that. And so if we have a product on our system called like McAfee, for example, is what I use, you can go ahead and shred this document off of your system. So here we're going to go ahead and shred that W4 so there's no remnants of that file left within our system. And here we can go ahead and just delete this actual email message as well. So this is kind of a full spectrum of how to deal with PII data. Again, we did a CU spider scan to find out where our data is. And to do that, by the way, we just simply open up CU spider. So let me see here. I'll do it real quick. We just open up CU spider and then we say run. And you notice here it's going to search through every directory. Now it does take quite a bit of time to scan through the system, so you'll want to just kind of let it run. But when it gets done, we should only see one file left on our system from that SQL, which is a false positive. Then we just take and create wherever that is. We may have some form of an encryption. Maybe we're encrypting our files using AxCrypt or BestCrypt or whatever it is that you're doing. Drop those files into a very secure area so that they get encrypted and they stay encrypted. Then make sure that any other document that you have, you go ahead and delete that document from your system by shredding it completely, and then you will be one step closer to a secure environment.